Ebuka, look at me. Do I look like your type? Or don't you know this body is meant for Odogu?
You won't believe what happened to the most stubborn girl in Gbola village. The girl who said no man born of a poor mother could ever marry her. Her name was Opueh. And her story still makes the elders in Gbola laugh and shake their heads every time it's told by the fireside. They say Opueh didn't just have pride. She bathed in it daily, like morning water. As a little girl, she was playful and sweet. But the moment she discovered mirrors, trouble began. Every morning, she would stand before her mother's cracked mirror, twisting her neck like a turkey, whispering, "See beauty, see class. The world must bow." Her mother, Mama Ejoma, would shake her head and mutter, "Beauty that cannot cook soup will soon expire like old palm well." But Opueh would laugh and say, "Mama, you are too local. You don't understand high class." By the time she turned 20, she walked through Gbola like she was made of gold. When she passed through the market, her hips would swing like a clock pendulum, and her chin stayed so high that even birds couldn't compete. If a goat crossed her path, she'd hiss and say even animals should respect royalty. And the funniest thing, Opueh was not even that beautiful. Her skin was fine from afar, but rough when you looked closely. Yet her confidence was so big it covered her flaws. The villagers began calling her Her Majesty Queen of Gbola, and she liked it. Then came the suitors. The first man to try his luck was Ojene the hunter. He was strong, honest, and known for catching bushmeat that even other hunters feared to chase. He came one cool evening with roasted meat as a gift. "Opueh," he said shyly, "you are the light of Gbola. Please marry me. I will hunt for you, care for you, and love you till the gods call me home." Opueh looked at him from head to toe and burst out laughing. "Marry you, a man who sleeps in the forest with mosquitoes and smells of squirrel smoke. Please, go and marry your fellow monkeys." The poor man walked away, his heart heavy. Next came Madu, the carpenter, kind, soft-spoken, and good with his hands. He made her a beautiful stool and brought 2 bottles of palm wine for her family. "Opueh," he said gently, "I may not be rich, but I'll build you a good life." Opueh folded her arms. "Build? Out of wood? So termites will eat me alive." "Please, Madu, I'm allergic to poverty." Even her mother gasped. "Opueh, is that how to talk to a man?"
"Mama, please," she replied proudly. "You want me to marry a carpenter? The man I'll marry must drive a car, not carry hammer." The third suitor was Ekene, the palm wine tapper. Everyone in Gbola loved him. He was cheerful, always helping people, and his laughter could heal sadness. He came with a calabash of fresh palm wine, still bubbling. "Opueh," he said with a smile, "I know I'm not rich, but I'll make you laugh every day." Opueh sniffed the air and made a face. "Your body is smiling poverty, and your wine smells of hard work. Please shift before your odor touches me." The villagers around laughed, but Mama Ejoma nearly fainted. That night, she sat her daughter down and said, "My child, you are not getting younger. Even moonlight loses its shine after too many nights. A good man is worth more than gold." But Opueh laughed, flipping her hair. "Mama, stop worrying. My Odogu will come. A great man, rich, tall, with a voice like thunder and a car that shines like the sun. You will see him one day." From then on, every evening, Opueh would dress up and sit by the road waiting for her Odogu. She would wear her mother's best wrapper, rub powder until her face looked like pounded yam, and smile at passing birds. Children started teasing her. "Auntie Opueh, your Odogun is stuck in traffic," they would chant. She would wave her hand dramatically. "Don't worry, you will see him soon. He is just taking time to look perfect." And then, one hot afternoon, destiny, or what looked like it, arrived. A loud motorcycle sound filled the air. Vroom! Dust scattered everywhere. A man in shiny shoes and dark glasses parked in the village square. Everyone came out to look. Opueh's eyes widened. "This must be him," she whispered. The man removed his sunglasses and smiled like he'd practiced in a mirror. "Hello, beautiful. My name is Odogu Okafor Jr." Opueh almost fainted. "Junior, that means your father is senior. You are rich by bloodline." Odogu talked fast about his business, his car in the mechanic, his plans to build a hotel. He even sprayed small money in the air. Children screamed and ran after it. That night, Opueh danced around her mother shouting, "Mama, pack my things! My destiny has arrived!" Mama Ijoma knelt and begged, "My daughter, slow down. A man who talks too much is like a drum, loud but hollow." But Opueh didn't listen. She left with Odogu the next morning. At first, the city looked like heaven. She saw big buildings, bright lights, and people wearing fine clothes. Odogu took her to a small house and said, "Welcome to our home." She looked around. The place was tiny, and an old man was sleeping in the corner. "Who is that?" she asked. "My uncle," he said proudly. "We share the room. Family love." Her face dropped. "What about your mansion?" He laughed. "It's in the future. Patience is key." When she asked about his car, he pointed at the motorcycle parked outside. "That's my baby. I'm a professional Okada rider. I transport big people, sometimes even those with cars." Opueh froze. "You mean you're a motorcycle man?" He nodded proudly. "Yes, but a stylish one. I'm not ordinary." That evening, Odogu told her to cook. She opened the cupboard and saw only gari, dry fish, and pepper. "Where's the rice, the chicken, the seasoning?" she cried. Odogu looked at her and said, "You're looking at it. Imagination is the best spice." She nearly fainted. By the third week, all her makeup had finished. Her hair was rough and her dreams were dead. Odogu started shouting at her for every little thing. "Lazy woman, you said you are a queen? A queen that can't even fry plantain?" When she complained, he replied, "If you don't like it, go back to your palace in Gbola." And that's exactly what she did. When she returned to Gbola, dusty and tired, the villagers came out clapping and laughing. "Ah, our Lagos queen has landed," they teased. "Where is your Odogu and his big car?" She forced a smile and said, "He traveled abroad." But everyone knew the truth. Her mother hugged her and said, "Welcome home, my daughter. The gods have finished your lesson faster than I expected." Opueh tried to pretend everything was fine, but inside, shame burned her like pepper. She stopped walking proudly and stayed mostly indoors. The same men she rejected were now happily married. Whenever their wives greeted her kindly, she would smile painfully and look away. As time passed, her reflection in the mirror began to change. The girl who once said, "No poor man can marry me," was gone. In her place stood a woman who had tasted the bitterness of her own pride. One night, during the annual village festival, she watched from a corner as laughter filled the air. She saw Ekeni, the palm wine tapper, dancing with his wife. She saw Madu carrying his daughter on his shoulders. She saw Ogini, the hunter, smiling proudly beside his family. And Opueh realized she had thrown away real happiness for dreams made of smoke. That night, she walked to the stream, knelt by the water, and saw her reflection under the moonlight. For the first time, she whispered to herself, "Maybe Mama was right. Maybe I chased away my blessings with my mouth." From that night onwards, she changed. She helped her mother on the farm, greeted people with humility, and even laughed at herself. The villagers noticed. They said, Opueh has become wise. Life truly teaches." She began advising younger girls, telling them, "Don't let pride blind you. A man's worth is not in his perfume, but in his peace." Years passed, and though Opueh never married, she found peace within herself. She became Gbola's storyteller, teaching the younger ones about humility, patience, and self-worth. Children would sit around her, wide-eyed, listening as she said, "A woman who chases perfection might miss the good man standing right beside her." At night, when the village was quiet, Opueh would look at the stars and smile softly. If I had known what I know now, I would never have waited for that man on a borrowed motorcycle. Then she'd laugh, the gentle laugh of someone who survived her own foolishness. Even as she grew old, she remained neat, cheerful, and full of stories. She'd say, "A woman may lose everything, but she should never lose her dignity." When Opueh finally passed away peacefully in her sleep, the entire village came to honor her. They didn't remember her as the proud girl who mocked suitors. They remembered her as the wise woman who turned her mistakes into lessons. The young girls carried flowers to her grave and whispered, "Auntie Opueh, we understand now." And so, in Gbola village, whenever someone starts acting too proud or setting impossible standards, people simply say, "Be careful before you end up like Opueh, the queen of pride who waited too long for her Odogu." Because, in the end, everyone learned that pride rises fast but falls faster, and a heart that humbles itself will always find peace.